Match 2 of the monthly Santa Clara Netrunner tournament down at Game Kastle. This is from May 17th. And I am playing NBN on the right, and we have Express on the left, which is the best nickname. And so I have, this is a pretty good start. I have a mid-season and I have an NAPD. That's kind of what I want to see. So there's a sweeps week. That's perfect. I didn't quite see what the ice was, but I mainly want to protect against Siphon, I think. So, you know, Tenma, he probably will have an indexing in there too. So I'm playing Assault to go get it, so gotta watch out for an early indexing, but this is a pretty good opening so far. Okay, he has a Dirty Laundry in hand, which is great. Costs him 2, and he gets 3 back from that, and 1 more, because he is Ken. So he uses satellite uplink to see what the ice are. He sees a Data Raven on R&D, and that is a Viper on HQ. So I don't see too much of that in. I don't see a whole lot of expos in general, actually, but it's actually a pretty dangerous thing, because him knowing what the ice is a big advantage for him in terms of siphoning. So now he knows to siphon, all he needs to do is get a code gate breaker of some sort. So he's left with, I think it's 4 credits. So I'm pretty sure it's the NAPD advanced once with some agenda in front of it. So he draws a couple cards. Any inside jobs? And so he didn't. I'm pretty sure he. I think he took the credit. I think he basically paid 1 for inside job because Ken gets the money. So he can't quite take it yet, but he puts 3 on Katie. Oh, and there's a hedge fund. That is perfect. That's exactly what I want. So I have a Psychographics 2. So yeah, I first click draw, get some money. And so I'm not advancing NAPD. I'm basically saying, if you want it, you can come and get it. If you can get through the ice. And I'm just worried about that Viper, so I want to reinforce it. So he draws up. I couldn't quite tell what that was. That might have been an indexing. That looked like a ninja, maybe. Really testing my ability here to. Yeah, that was a ninja. Just building up some econ. He's not taking my bait. Draw market research. So I really want him to come in and steal that NAPD very soon. I won't even res the ice. Draw another mid-season, another Psychographics. God, my deck just wants it to happen. This is a sort of a problem I've had with this deck, in that I have 3 Psycho and 3 mid-season. So there's times when those kind of jam up my hand. And if I don't have tags, then if I don't have them steal an agenda, I can't use the mid-season. If they don't use the mid-season, it's a whole pipeline that needs to go through. And so it's really jamming up in my hand until... Alright, so he puts Plascrete down. Some more money on Katie. Katie's really starting to worry me. So he's probably going to take money off Katie. So what I need to try and do is engineer the situation so that by the time he gets down to the bottom of that remote, he's used most of that Katie money. And he installs the Plascrete, which I think is a good precaution, playing NBN. But yeah, this deck does not have any meat damage, so I'm always happy when they do spend money on a Plascrete. It gives you that peace of mind. And so draws a card. I can't quite see what's in his hand here. Another Dirty Laundry. So I wish I would put an ice, or put an ice over Archives, because these Dirty Laundry, like that Dirty Laundry, is going to get him 5 credits. Because he has that public terminal out. So loads up Katie some more. He takes a credit, so I think he's getting ready to fire off the Dirty Laundry next turn. Get a lot of money. And Katie's going to give him a lot of money. So I even have an Astro Script in hand. Yeah, this is my biggest problem at this point. I mean, I have a pretty good econ, but he's about to trump my econ in a second here. So that advantage is going to go away pretty quickly. And I might need to just start scoring agendas out. I think I need to score out that NAPD just to make room so I can put down an Astro Script next turn. He has no breakers yet, so I need to take advantage of that. And I just decided to take 3 there. I throw away a mid-season, because I have another one in hand. And multiple mid-seasons are a nice utility to have. There are cases where you mid-season early for something like 4 tags and they end up clearing them. Alright, so he has a couple public terminals out. That means that Dirty Laundry is giving him 6 money. What's a bank? The bank job I was really surprised by, I guess, because I don't know. It would depend what those ice are. Maybe he's just hoping the ice are cheap to get through. But what a way for the bank job if I was him, just to see if I put down something like, I don't know. I have SanSan, so I might have put down a SanSan in a new remote at some point. In which case that bank job would be pretty good.
Okay, I will.
So I think I'm making a mistake here. I'm building up money, which is good, and I'm gonna need that money to res ice. So he Dirty Laundries on, and I don't think he quite did that right, because he didn't use the public terminal money. So I think that could have been worth more for him. But he has enough money. He doesn't need more money. Draw another agenda. I just really need to start scoring out these agendas. I have too many agendas, and he's not taking the NAPD to enable a mid-season. Just need to start scoring them out. And I think I delayed way too long on this. Last turn I should have scored out the NAPD. This turn I could have potentially put down an Astro Script and, you know, defended that remote a little bit more even. That might have been a pretty safe server then. And I would have had an Astro Script scored on the next turn.
Let's install and then...
So I think this was a really dumb play. I think I put the Astro Script down naked, and I put the... yeah, this was just really stupid, because he's going to want to run on that. For bank job, if nothing else. I think that's what I did. Yeah, so he satellite uplinks, and just to see that, yeah, it was a really dumb play. There was no good reason for that. So he sees Caduceus, just sees an Astro Script sitting out there, undefended. And and we have almost the same amount of money here. I have 2 credits more than him, but yeah, the mid-season is going to be hard to pull off here. He says he's scared. And I think he should be if he didn't have so much money. Yeah, mid-season is not really worth doing right now. I think that was just a really stupid play on my part. I guess I was just hoping he wouldn't go check it, and I wasn't thinking about the bank job, and I think it would have been... And also, I think another factor here was that my hand was full of really good stuff. I basically like had nothing I could trash. I have agendas I need, and I have like 1 mid-season and like psychographics or 2, and yeah, so I had a bunch of stuff that I really need, and so I didn't... Like, the choice was almost throw an agenda in the trash or throw an agenda down on the table, and so I think I just kind of figured, alright, I'll put the Astro Script down on the table. If he does ignore it, I'll score points. Otherwise, it's going to be in the trash, and he's probably just going to get it eventually anyway. So, I don't know. That could have gone either way, I guess.
I'm just going to be safe, put 2.
Oh, there's some... Yeah, I no, that's right. We weren't quite sure if he paid for the satellite uplink, and I actually just missed it here in the video. I'm not sure. So he just decided to pay for it, just to, you know, make sure there's no problem there. And so I do try for mid-season. So I just do it for 8, and so I'm basically, you know, he could pay the 8 credits here to avoid the tags completely. There's no real, this is not like a ploy or anything. It's just, yeah. So he pays for it, avoid the tags. I think I just wanted to try and drain his econ a little bit.
Second click, I'll advance it, and then third click, I'll take the money.
Yeah, so I score out an NAPD. I always hate scoring out an NAPD. It's so depressing. It's like, I don't even want that garbage. Oh, he draws a siphon. Oh, so much money. So he takes 4. Yeah, so I'm letting him know that.
You pay 2 here. Oh, that's right. Way better.
Yeah, so he uses the public terminal. He gets 6 from that dirty laundry. So if he did pay for the satellite uplink, we evened it out there by making sure he got the correct number of credits there from dirty laundry. Yeah, this is where Express and public terminal is like, that's so much money. Spending a click and getting 6 credits. It's ridiculous. And so he gets a ninja out. He knows that there is a caduceus over R&D. So ninja can pay for the caduceus. It's really expensive, but it can do it.
I will first click, take a credit.
So that's a market research. Just trying to score it out. Would much rather score it out if he had a tag, giving me another point, but it's not going to happen. I just need to free up some space in the HQ here. Oh, it's Ouroboros, an Eli, a Psychographics, a mid-season. So I think this is a great res for me here. I pay 3, and I'm like probably either going to get that money back, or he's going to pay 5 to get through it. I'm not a big fan of Ninja because I feel there's so many sentries in this mid-range, this like 2 and 3 strengths specifically. No, like 2, 3, and 4 I guess are pretty common sentry strengths. And so Ninja just, it's so expensive to deal with those. I decided not to res. I think it was, I'm trying to figure out why that, maybe it was an Ouroboros, in which case I could have spent most of my money to res it and, you know, keep him out, but it's too expensive. It's a problem I have with Ouroboros sometimes. I like it. It's a good ice, but it's expensive. Maybe I should just put toll booth in it. I have 1 toll booth and like 2 Ouroboros, so maybe I should just try more toll booths, and at least it would be draining more of their money, which is what I need. Yeah, Ouroboros a lot of times is just a really expensive in the run. A lot of times, I mean, it's very rare that a runner will break or plate the trace for the first. So he's planned assaulting for an inside job. It's gonna cost me a lot of money. It looks like he doesn't. He's looking for it. Okay, he's just hiding behind a card. Yeah, so he's okay, I think that was right. It's a little confusing with the reoccurring credits and the express ability. So he's doing going on the remote. And so that is a market research down there.
Okay, I will res 3.
So he spends his last clicks there to get through. So yeah, he jumps over the first Eli. Oh no, we screwed that up somehow, right? Because he inside jobbed there, and I think he paid for the clicks on the first Eli. But Yeah, that was wrong. That was totally wrong. I think we both screwed that up. We just didn't. Sometimes happens with long chains of events like that. Not that that was a super long chain, but just planned assault and inside job and tracking that money, and then by the time it all happens, you just kind of forget that it was even an inside job. I guess it's possible. Oh no, I think that was right, because I don't think he actually had clicks there. I think he did inside job over Eli, but he ran into the second Eli. I think a better thing for me to do at that point was probably just to let him in, because he was low on credits. He's holding his cards upside down. Okay. He's like holding his cards upside down. Okay, so he plays legwork, and he basically gets a credit for playing legwork because of the public terminals. And so he's going to see 3 cards. I think I've one like market research in there. So that remote's pretty secure right now. Until he gets a Croter, he's just not getting in. Let's see inside jobs again. You get in. He's restructuring. Eli. Psychographics. So that worked out. Sweeps week. I think he's at 4 cards. That is still worth doing, because I have a restructure. So I sweeps for 3, putting me up to 7. Getting closer to playing that restructure. So just building up some more money. And again, this is, I think, a downside of my deck, because I do have turns like this. I'm too reliant on the operation economy, and so there's times when I just gotta click for credits to get up to hedge fund or restructure. There's another restructure. So this was perfect. So I had 2 restructures in hand, and I was at 9 money. So I'm able to get up to 20 credits. That turn, the turn before, I get up to 9, and then that turn I get up to 20. So that's a big jump. And he is so he puts hemorrhage down. This is a pretty big surprise. So he runs archives there. Yeah, I forget about the face next. It's just something that Ouroboros. But yeah, so he gets a hemorrhage token. So hemorrhage could be a problem for me, because like I said, I do have a lot of cards in hand that I want to keep. But I have a pop-up there, so I think I'm going to put a pop-up over archives, which will kind of turn off that sort of... Get some more money. So much money. 24 credits. Drawing some cards. So I scored a market research with just a 2-pointer. Got 4 points here. So 4 is a good number. This, if I catch him at the right time here, like after, I need to wait till he spends that Katie Jones money on some central runs, but I could put down a Beal and advance it twice, and then, I don't know, it's risky. The Elis are pretty good defense, but there are ways he could get through it, so. He takes a Katie money, he draws a card, another Siphon he draws. The Siphons he hasn't really been exploring that ice on R&D too much. Ooh, that's a toll booth. So I put that toll booth above the Eli. Even if he inside jobs it, the 2 Elis are going to stop him until he gets a Croter out.
Money Wars. And I will first click Fast Track. What should I go get?
So I have another Astro Script in the deck. So I get the Astro Script with the Fast Track. And I think the play is going to be to install it behind the Elis, put a toll booth in front. And I have enough money to res the toll booth. Just hopefully that keeps him out. If I could score an Astro here, that is it's great. Because I still have 3 Beals in the deck. I believe there's probably, I think I have a Beal on hand even, so. So that's pressure right there. So he has a ton of money. He really needs a. If he threw down a barrier breaker right here, I mean, he'd still have to deal with the toll booth. But yeah, a barrier breaker here would. Alright, so second clicky leg works. It's gonna cost me some money. And he has a fairy out now too with the ninja, so sentries are just.
I will not resist. Sure. This is your second click, right?
Yes.
You continue?
Yes.
Yeah, I will resist.
Alright, so Viper. That was perfect.
So, I think it's a.
I can't break it, so play trace game.
First one is trace 3 to lose a click.
Yep.
Lose it.
So Tracer, he's deciding if he wants to lose a click for Trace 3. And I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess he could have put the money on Katie Jones and got it back later, but he decides he wants the money now instead. So I make it a Trace. It's Trace 5, so he spends 5. He's gonna look at 3, and I think I do have. Oh, it might even be the Beal in there, which I would not want him to take. Oh no, it's a market research. So he's at 2 points, and or at 4 points, and I'm at 4 points.
Then take my.
So he doppelgangers.
Oh, yeah, doppelganger. Okay.
Alright, oh, and hemorrhage.
Gets the hemorrhage token. So he spends the 5 on this. This is, I'm liking this so far. You know, he's really spending a lot of credits here. So there's a Data Raven.
Okay, here's my 2. Trash. Very.
Okay, so he breaks it with the fairy,
And you continue?
Yes, sir.
Hemorrhage.
Oh, yes.
and he just sees another Caduceus. So he really spent his bank there. He's trying to decide if he should clear the tag at this point. And he just uses a couple hemorrhage tokens to make me discard something. I don't think it was anything critical I needed to discard there. Forget what it was, but. So the Astro's still there. So I think I could have mid-seasoned there for a lot of tags. But I had the Astro on the table. And I know there's like, I might even have a Beal in hand, but if not, I know there's 3 Beals in the deck. So it seemed like the right thing to do. It's just to score out the Astro and then draw into a Beal and win it. But at the same time, could have dumped a bunch of tags on him, and I don't know. I probably could have dumped tags on him, and like I could have drawn even for. So early birds that actually gives him money because of the public terminal.
Oh, right.
So I pay one, he gets one, and he looks at the tag, gets a hemorrhage token. So and that didn't even cost him a click really because it gives him the click right back. So it was okay. Got him a money, got him a hemorrhage token. I guess he neutralized on money with the pop-up.
Seconds.
A pop-up on archives really neutralizes a lot of runner strategies like that. So an early bird on archives without that pop-up would give him a credit and a hemorrhage. So in this case, he only gets a hemorrhage. It's not really worth going in there for data suckers. Dirty Laundry is still, I mean, it just not even the cost of pain one for the pop-up, but giving me a money is really, that's the thing I always hate about it. So you just get some more hemorrhage tokens with pop-up. And I have to discard 2 cards because he uses hemorrhage. And I don't think this. I think what it was going on there is I got rid of like the mid-season and psychographics, which that was probably good play now that I think about it with that hemorrhage. If he's really going all in with the hemorrhage like that, then that's a good way to go. Just score at the Astro script. So, and I think the last thing in hand is it might be like the third market research. I feel like it was something like that. All right, yeah. So he ran in there as his last click, just hoping that I had to ditch an agenda. So draw market research. I think that's another Caduceus. So I put the market research down. So there is no way he's getting into that server this turn. Just he doesn't have money on KD. He doesn't like. Even if he had a stim hack, right? I could res that toll booth I could res it easy. So even if he inside jobbed, I resed a toll booth, and he has 2 Elis, he can't click through it. So I know that's a safe server. So
money.
Yeah. So this is the win here. So I advanced 3 times and used Astro token to score to market research, and that's the game. So yeah, I was just able to kind of judge the economy at that point. I think the hemorrhage is an interesting play here. I don't see it too much. I mean, when I see it, it's always an impactful card, but I haven't ever played against it in Criminal, so it definitely caused me to change up my strategy there. I think at the end, I think scoring out the Astro was the right decision. I guess. I mean, it worked out. So yeah, that game worked out pretty well. Just the economy flowed a lot better than in the first match. But yeah, the public terminals with Ken, that's a scary thing when he's getting 6 money for the dirty laundry. It's a lot of money. So I'll have the second game of this match up soon, so look out for that. And as always, thanks for watching.